Live as a mother lover. Welcome back, bitches and bitchettes. As you can see, floating. That's how we feel today, man. It's been a beautiful day. You're back here with some shit you might not never know nothing about. Myself, Mice Diggy, alongside my co-host, Dan DNA. How are you, bruv?
Good. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's
not
been
bad.
some beautiful weather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not for, I don't do well in this weather though.
I know you don't do well.
Yeah. Because I've got the pixelated skin, so
it's harmful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red.
So
I'm from the red people.
the fairer.
Yeah.
Do you do the umbrella thing and all that?
Just don't
And
go
the
out.
shades and the hat and
the hat,
ski gear. Like people wearing ski wear out in this weather.
I
boy.
wear prime undercoat instead of
Well, I thought the undercoat, boy. Yeah,
instead of what's it called, the cream you put on. Just like
straight up undercoat, just full on protection, boy. White undercoat, just let that bounce off of me, boy. Yeah, I'm good. Right, beautiful. The rest of them like umbrella, big hat, big shades. Like, yo, you are hiding gloves. Like, right, you really. Yeah, it's nuts, but it's been good, man.
Been
People
good
been
for everyone
enjoying
else.
themselves out there, you know?
Yeah.
Feeling the energy, feeling that where we in Cancer now. I think yesterday, happy summer solstice to everyone out
Yeah.
there who celebrates. So yeah, it's that time now. We're reaching the height of the arc. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's about to be blazing. It's funny because nowadays you're always hearing, this is the first thing you hear is, oh, it's summer solstice, the longest day of the year. The days get shorter after this. Like, bruv, really? Is that all you got to say? Like, we got a whole summer to celebrate, but you're going, yeah, the days get shorter after this.
Yeah.
Most of the long days we had, they were cold as fuck, so you better enjoy this shit. Don't be sitting there talking about,
But it's it would only get shorter. It's like it's not noticeable because the sun is up for longer.
Yeah, it's gradual.
It's like the arc of the sun is different in the second half of the year compared to the first half.
Yeah.
So the first half is like all on the horizon, and then the second half after solstice is like all in the air.
Yeah. It's
And
that
it's
the
like
arc.
setting,
Yeah. So we're gonna get a nice bit
It's
of
like
sun, man.
Yeah, it's a nice evening. You know, it's not. Whereas in the winter and spring, it's a nice morning.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, the mornings in spring, boy, can't go wrong, man. Yeah. All the birds and that, bees and shit. You're like, yo,
It's gone so quick already, though, isn't it? From when it was like
spring?
that. Well, because there was like a good couple of days in spring where we had like 2 weeks of like blazing sun, and everyone was like, "Oh, summer's here," and then it started pissing.
But you're not
down,
meant
all
to.
the
This
rest
is
of
the thing. That's what spring is. You're not meant to. Spring is like everything springing into action. It doesn't mean that it's summer.
No.
But as soon as people see one piece of sun, by one little piece of sun, oh yeah, no, I'm getting summer vibes. You're like, bruv, calm down, because this is your little cold flu season as well, because it's getting hot and cold in weird times. Do you know what I mean? Same like in autumn and all that. So yeah. But anyway, you know.
What's your favorite month? Favorite season? What is it? Is it summer or?
Yeah, my favorite season is probably summer, because it's like, you know, you can. It's just nice, man. At night, I like nighttime, having the toes out or wearing shorts or t-shirt, like not worrying about carrying a jacket and all this and that. You know what I mean? Like, I like that. So yeah, I mean, it's part of the reason why we go like on holidays abroad. We go to a hot country, you know, so that you can have that evening out. You can be sitting outside in the restaurant eating. It's like, oh, this is cool, you know. So I like that because it makes me feel like I'm in a different country. Feel like I'm on holiday Oh, shut up, I'm on holiday. Just in the garden, that like turn on the hose, have it low so it's sprinkling. I feel like this. Shut up, I'm on holiday. Make me a fucking margarita. Hurry up. To the 2-year-old and that. Yo, but yeah, man, it's been very nice at the moment, man. Let's give a shout out to our common senses in the building. You know what I mean? We got to give a shout out to you lot locked in. I appreciate people coming through. Look, we missed a couple of weeks, man. Shout out to homeboy Sandman. I believe that's the last time we were on, right? With Sandman when he came on. Yeah, we missed a couple of weeks because man's been kind of hectic. It's been a bit busy. And the little time that I've got, I didn't think I could, deal with a podcast as well with it. So it's probably easier to just not do it. But we thought, you know what? This week I can't. Let's just catch up with the crew, man. We got to find out how everyone's doing. Yeah. Shout out to Yamor. Shout out to Blade locked in. You know how humbling it is to have a legend like Blade locking in. Shout out to 0521. That's 521 0521. However you want to say it. Hit him up. Subscribe. And I've got to get down there. I'm definitely getting down there. Anyway, now I've got my shit sorted. You know what I mean? The wheels were off the road for a little bit, but now they're back on. So yeah. Shout out to Black Einstein, Evening all, of course. Shout out to my little big bro, DJ Lock. What's going on? One of the hardest working DJs out there. Do you know what I mean? Shout out to Teddy T. We appreciate all you mother lovers locking in, man. This is some shit you might not never know nothing about. And of course, we got to give a shout out to our buddies over at Canissaires UK, who provide some of the most, what should I say, like pure, you know what I mean, uncontaminated, full spectrum, sativa, indica, whatever you need in terms of CBD.
The range, full range.
The full range, and it's quality as well. Like people have hit me up and said like, yo, yeah, this shit works. You know what I mean? They felt a difference. More than 3 females mentioned about the time of the month being a bit easier now, which is, I'm like, yo, obviously I don't know.
Any men out there?
Any men out there with time of the month? If you feel it, apparently men get the time of the month. It ain't like the same physical thing, but it's like, mentally.
But if the lady in your life has an easier time, you have an easier time.
Just saying, do you know what I mean? So you might want to hit
20% off.
CanisairesUK.com. They've got everything from chocolates to balms to sprays you put under the tongue. You've even got chocolate stirrers. You can put it fling the stirrer out in the hot water, swirl that around for a minute or two, and bam, you got yourself a hot chocolate with CBD.
Yeah, so you don't have to use hot milk for that.
You can if you want, but
is it just you can do hot water and it still makes like
hot
chocolate?
I was surprised. I tasted it. Let me just see before I put some milk in. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's good. Yeah, so you can hit them up and make sure when you go to the checkout, after you make your order, they're gonna ask you if you have a code. Make sure you hit the code, which is SIMNA. Right, we've agreed now that the K would be silent because it's before an N. So something you might not never know nothing about as an acronym. SIMNA. You're messing them up, man.
SIMNA.
You're messing them up. And you'll get yourself 20% off, a whopping 20% off any order. That's when you hit up CanisairesUK.com for your CBD products, mother lovers. Yeah. Of course. So yeah, man. Regatology in the building. What's going on? Dodd Smithered. Hey. Brah. That's a guy I got to big up, man. Dodd Smithered. He gave me the Isle of Wight welcome, bruv. Yeah, we'll get to it because I don't want to, you know what I mean? Don't want to over...
Oh, yeah.
But we'll get to it because it was good to link up with him, man. Like, the guy, he gave me some jokes and he schooled me on a couple things as well. And he made sure I stayed lifted. And on that note, what's the roll call, mother lovers? Roll call out this bitch. I need to know what you lot are blazing. Let's find out. Because that's how we do. We find out about some shit Dan might not never know nothing about. Even I might not never know. You lot have mentioned some strains I ain't even tried yet. So
there's some things I know something about now.
Yeah.
There's some things I looked up Rosin, Shatter.
Rosin.
rosin, resin,
it's
shatter,
rosin. No, wait, it's rosin.
the
No,
rosin. I know there's some stuff I
Resin,
know about
rosin.
now.
Yeah. Would you did any like make you think, oh, I might try that?
No,
Like,
I was going to put a compilation video together because there's these videos on YouTube, right? Of people, they've got like bits of like I've forgotten what this one's called. It's like a yellow, like a sort of creamy yellow color, comes in a big sheet, like a wax, and then they're like doing the whole thing that is like, say, I don't know what it was, like 50 grams of wax, and he's putting it all in one thing, trying to sort of burn it all in one go.
what 50 grams, and he's trying to like he's trying to vape that.
I want to cut these videos together. Just say
the amount of coughing that he does.
Yeah, it was
It's
ridiculous.
stupid. Yeah, but to do like, bruv, and more than the G, it's just ridiculous. It's stupid. It's like they're just showing off. They're just 50. That's common, man. What are you doing to yourself, really? You know what I mean?
There's another one where the guy's got $5,000 worth of like, it's like a big sort of, he's rolled it into like a big no, it's just like a big long piece of thing, and he's just putting it in the they got like some sort of glass pipe thing.
Yeah, the glass banger. What the hell is it called, man?
Yeah.
I got vape bong, I guess. What the hell is
Yeah,
it
they're
called
putting
again?
it all in that, and he's trying to do it's horrible. He's coughing up. And
What, he's trying to do the whole thing?
Yeah, he does the whole thing. Yeah, he's all like.
Yeah, that shit is just
I
for
spent
views,
a couple of
man.
hours watching it all. I thought
That's ridiculous,
better
isn't
catch
it?
up with it.
What about but come on, man. What about the vape, the nicotine vape dudes? You know, like
yeah.
come on,
I
man.
haven't seen them. I've seen some of them, but there's one on like America's Got Talent or something. Some guy.
Yeah, you do. It's like, bruv. Like,
They do like planets and all sorts of
yeah. All crazy stuff, man. That's a bit wild, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, nah, all that 50 milligrams
No,
or
just showing
whatever.
off. I know.
It's stupidness. It's stupid. You're not enjoying it.
No, you're not.
It's like that hot sauce. Like, why do they have? I remember when I was in Brighton one time at this pub, and I tried this hot sauce, and the name of it was something stupid like ridiculously hot sauce, or the hottest sauce on the planet sauce, or something stupid like that. But it was just there, and it was this pub where I think they specialized in all these different hot sauces. I was like, all right, let me try this out. Let's see, just for jokes, just for fun. Bruv, I couldn't taste nothing for the next 2 weeks, man. Right, I had to regenerate before I could taste it. My taste buds were done. They were dead. They're like, bruv. They ain't moving for shit. Anything I was tasting just tasted like burnt tongue.
Horrible.
Yo, pointless, man. What was the point in doing that shit?
So your Moore's stepped in, told me it's dabs I'm talking about.
That's it, dabs. Yeah, dabs. But there's what's the
about
bong? It didn't come to me, man.
Dab rig.
Dab rig. That's it. Yeah, dab rig.
Yeah, that's what your Moore said. Yeah.
I'm gonna blame Don Smitherd for
your memory.
my memory at the moment. You know what I mean? Isle of Wight, welcome. Why? So what's the roll call saying?
Master Detective UK, some Cali at the Mo. Did I say that right? Is it Cali?
Oh, wait. Okay, go on.
Some Cali.
Who's got some Kelly?
Master Detective UK.
Oh, shout out to Master Detective in the building. Is he here, yeah?
Yeah.
Let me see. I haven't even been looking at the... Yes. Master Detective in the building. What's going on? Right, he said, I got the time of the month every day. Choose a life, not a wife. Wow. Oh, man. That's hilarious, man. Big up to Regantology in the building. Nice one, JM. What's going on, my good brother? Always putting in that work. All right, so where we going then? What are the flavors out there? I could dab rig, man. How could I forget that? That's ridiculous, man. Shout out to a certain Don, you know what I mean, that I linked up with. He made it special in a real high level way. You know what I mean? There's some purple star dog, some top hat, some Moroccan shishish, and oh yeah, some gummies as well. Jeez, tucked in there. Had a few of the man them tucked in on the gummies on the way back.
Don Smitherd is dabbing a top hat rosin right now.
Okay, Donny.
Yeah.
Okay, bruv. Yeah, got to salute him, man. Definitely. Really appreciate that link up, bruv, because wow.
He gave you a welcome pack.
Yeah. Isle of Wight welcome. That's what you got to call it, man. Much appreciated, man.
Yeah.
So Master Detective said, Cali at the Mo. Wow, top hat rosin. That's showing off right there, man. I tell you that top hat is banging. Shout to IBMCs. Just straggly stuff today. Did you get that? The straggly stuff.
What, the ends? Like
Yeah, just, where it's like, there's probably a few different buds here. This last little crumbs and strags, but I'm sure it'll make something. And when you blaze it, you could be lucky, and there's decent flavors that blend well.
It's
but
like
often,
a lucky dip.
Yeah, often the flavors don't blend well. Like, it's not really good to mix two different buds. Like a sheesh and bud, you could do, but yeah, sometimes the buds clash, and then the flavor you're getting, it's like, it just doesn't really work.
Yeah.
It's like chocolate and liquor.
Yeah, if you only got one square of chocolate left and a bit of tequila.
Chocolate and tequila. Wow, you're making me taste it in my mouth, man. Jesus Christ. I can't do that shit. One time, when I was probably about 8 or 9, Mama Mice had, like the gift sets. It's like chocolate, liqueur.
Yeah.
I was like, enjoy. And I probably went in on 3 or 4 of them, and it was like,
yeah.
I
can't even have them as an adult.
You just figure about the taste.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bang. But I'm glad, man. Like chocolate and liquor. Jesus. You're getting carried away. Baileys, I don't mind a little Baileys. That ain't the same thing. You know what I mean? And
Imagine
it's only
that
Christmas
being
as well.
your alcohol addiction.
Yeah, chocolate
and liquor. That's the only way you can take your alcohol. So you have to just have loads of chocolate all the time with it.
Yeah, like bourbon and Snickers and shit. I just have the bourbon and Snickers, but stank. This motherfucker smells like bourbon and peanuts and shitty ass chocolate. Yeah, man. I can't do none of that. So yeah, you got to be careful when blending your buds. You know what I mean? But one after the other, that's all good. Right. Man, okay. Don's bust out the passion berry. Now, straggly stuff, man. That's such a great way to explain how khaki is. Like, I'm just getting by today. I'm gonna go tomorrow, get another draw, so I'll be all good, man. Just straggly me. I know he's taking the piss though. I know he is. So yeah, man. Welcome back, mother lovers. Yo, it's been a mad week and a bit. I was out there. I think it was I was in France for like a long bit, and then came back and only had a few days, so we couldn't really do the show. And then I had to go back out on, I think it was a Thursday again. So when it's like that, it's kind of tricky for me to do the show because I end up home late, and then I gotta, get all the stuff ready and packed and all that the next day. And it's like, and you mash up. So you kind of want to be, well rested for the show and all that.
This is the period of, this is like gigs and festivals and, so people have just got to work with us. It's not, nothing personal.
It's actually what we're thinking, maybe to do seasons as well, because of these sort of periods where it can get hectic.
Yeah.
Probably makes sense.
We could leave a space that's always there for showtime.
Yeah. Get some more content together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But let us know in the comments, which guests you'd like us to get on and talk, because there are certain people that we should be hitting up that we don't know who they are yet. Do you know what I mean? And I'm sure the Common Sense have got a few people. I think, Master Detective, I've got to chat to you about getting you on. We'll book in a date, because there's some stuff I want you to go over with, your material. So it'll be interesting. And the other thing is as well, make sure you hit the like button and share and whatnot, but subscribe also to the other channel, because we're going to switch over to there so we can have a bit more freedom. You know what I mean? Like, man, I don't want to get my shit hanging.
No, we don't want to get this
but I still want to be able to talk the talk because I think it's important, man. The more people I've been, you know, rubbing shoulders with and having a talk, it's weird nowadays. You have a conversation with someone if you're in the know about certain things, but then you wonder whether they understand what you're talking about. So you don't want to get too deep into it for them to go, whoa, hold on a minute. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's interesting the conversations I have nowadays. But I can feel like a lot more people are sort of wising up to what, you know, the real world, what it's like.
Yeah.
In essence, do you know what I mean? And how we're all sort of being played around with in a way. But we, you know, these are things that we find interesting. And so it'd be good to be able to talk to some other people that are in that world, you know, specialists in certain things and get their viewpoints, man. Definitely going to hit up See Through the Script and get him back on.
Yeah.
Because there's an interesting thing going on in America. And when you start seeing the pattern, you know, it becomes very obvious. It's like, okay, this shit is staged, and in some form or way, this shit is definitely, because there's no way that this could happen in a row. But I've seen this pattern going on, and I've been like, wow, okay, you know. But at the same time, with the gematria stuff, you know, I understand for a lot of people, it's like, what the hell? It's quite a lot to, you know. This is some old ass, like wordplay, word magic, you know, in terms of how it's been going on for centuries. You know, it's not something that we're meant to work out straight away, and that's how they get away with it. But once you see it, it's like, yo, that is not a coincidence. Do you know what I mean? Also, there's a guy that I wanted to chat to about shrooms. So also, if you know any other specialists in that world, the psilocybin world, let us know. But yeah, hit us up in the comments, man, so we can take note, and we'll hit them mother lovers up, get them on. Whether it be, you know what I mean, the hip hop world or the other world out there. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. We like to keep our open mind up here because it's very important, especially now more than ever. Do you know what I mean? That was why it was cool chatting to Sandman about stuff, because you could tell that he's quite out there. And he has that sort of mind. There's a lot of logic involved. You know, he doesn't mind to show that he's skeptical about certain narratives and whatnot. And I think that type of stuff is really important. So yeah, check in the live comments, subscribe to that channel. That's the new something you might not never know nothing about channel. We're going to switch over to there to make sure things can run smoothly. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man.
I'm just taking note of any of these names.
Yeah, good idea. Oh shit, Caveman, Michael Parkinson, yeah. JM knows the deal, man. Big up, nice one. Raz, so Don Smith, it smells lit, yeah. It does sound lit. Passion berry, you know what I mean? Passion berry. Imagine that, you got passion fruit and blueberry. I'm guessing that's a passion fruit and blueberry twist.
Yeah.
Oof, that's flavor beyond flavor. When you get the blueberries, like your mouth start watering and that. You gotta wipe the dribble. You know what I mean? That type of bad there, boy. Yeah, definitely. Wicked. Big up for subbing. Yeah, so and we'll do that, man. We'll definitely get some more guests on, because it's interesting having chats with different people and getting an idea. Oh man, some of the stuff I've been looking at of late, man, has been crazy. Let us know as well. If you feel, some people, you know, you feel a bit funny talking about it, but any like new conspiracies or theories or you know, any sort of new otherworldly stuff that is going on here that we might not never know nothing about, hit us up in the comments, man. But yeah, there's been a lot of crazy shit. So there's certain people I'm trying to hit up to see if they'll be up for explaining to us, giving us a little presentation on how, because you know, we'll be like, what is he talking about? Like, what's he getting? Caveman's a good idea, man.
Yes.
Yeah, MCM for sure. That's like, come on, fry like fish. That's legendary business, man. Certain people set the tone, you know, and it's like the vibe switches a certain way where it's like, right, all right, I gotta go in. And I think when he dropped that fry like fish, definitely did the business, man. bad man. So yeah, that'd be cool to get him on, get some stories about how shit popped off. Before we move on, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I forgot to do this though.
I've got to do
It's
this.
bad, man.
Oh, it's not playing back.
It's miming.
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping. Yeah, something like that. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, you know, you pulled it off, I think. Yeah, man. So, what's up? At the moment, on tour with the Pete Tong, Ibiza Classics, and Essential Orchestra. Jules Buckley conducting. You know, obviously you lot might not be into all of that, but if you want to come see it, just hit up PeteTong.com and check out the gig section, and you'll see where we're at. We're doing a little summer tour. I get to do track Galvanize, and I also get to perform Outer Space by Prodigy. Yeah, I can't sing for shit, but somehow I get away with it.
What bit do you have to do?
They just said, yeah, could you
The
do
whole
all the
thing?
sing? Yeah. We all do it really, but you know, and then, you know me, I got to spice it up, add my little, yeah. So that's fun. But Galvanize is really cool because it is Chemical Brothers and Q-Tip. Yeah. And obviously, you know, coming from where we're from, and I'm like, I gotta, let me do my remix to, you know, do it my Stiggy style type thing. So yeah, and it
So you
pulls
just
off
change
fresh.
a few bits, or what you do?
What I did, I more kind of went with, I might have used the similar rhyming words or sounding similar to the rhyming words.
So people out there are not going to necessarily
they're not
know,
going to be like,
but
oh.
you feel like you got a bit of
Yeah, you know, what it is kind of like you owning the track, do you know what I mean? And I think I learned that from Black Thought, where I heard him doing, there was a track where he did like Big Daddy Kane. Who did he rap like? He rapped like Big Daddy Kane, Cool G Rap, and someone else, I can't remember, but it was like there, you could hear it was their verses, but he'd done it his own, you know, so it sounded, it was like whether you used a similar cadence or rhyme pattern or whatever, so, but you're making it your own.
Yeah.
So it made it even more masterful, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, for you to be able to pull that off. And he did the voices as well. I've forgotten the name of the track, but he killed it.
Yeah.
So I think off the back of that, I was like, oh, that's how you can, you know, like with Smokey Joe and the Kid, we had a medley part that we did, and it was like, you know, a House of Pain Jump Around. It was, you know, a few different tracks like that. But I ended up rapping the verses, but doing it like in my voice. Do you get what I mean? Because when we were doing it, I was like, you know, I'd like to kind of rewrite it. And it was like, oh, you know, it'd be better to keep it original because the idea of it is to be a medley, and it's just to get the crowd going for like 5-10 minutes or whatever. And then what's interesting is at the rehearsal, they had a guy come watch who was like a hip hop guy, old school, like in his late 50s to 60s, but also works in theater. So he knew about hip hop theater, and that's when I realized like, yo, these guys are on it. You know, they really do want it to be a like live experience, performance type thing. And then he said to me, he goes, you know, I can see that for you, this is hard to rap somebody else's lyrics, but what you should do is just own it, make it yours, as opposed to having to rewrite and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, that's good. And then I was like, oh, okay, yeah. You kind of, it's like you have to get rid of the ego part. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, you can write your own shit, you know. But for the point of this, it's like you have to. And so that was the task. In that was like, okay, how can I? Does this rhyme in English though? Because he said, yeah, just do it in your own voice. If that feels better, do it in your own voice. It'd actually be better if you did that. And then bam, so I started. I was like, oh shit, it works, man. But yeah, with the galvanized thing, I was like, nah, I can. Yeah, I mean, it's not it's not a bunch of tracks. It's just like one verse or two verses, I should say. But the main part of the track, like the part that people get really hype, is the whole, it's time to come to, you know, and there's a weird count, and then it drops galvanized and all that. And that weird count, like, I'm lucky that I worked with a salsa band. Because boy, yeah, it's like, how the hell do you work that out? But I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. Hey, muchachos, where there's a will, there's a way. You know? Yeah, Jay's. So yeah, man, that's been fun. And then coming up in July, mark this date down, me and my bro DJ Lock are going to be down at Sunday Best. It's an all-dayer in Croydon. That's right, Cronks. I think they call it the Cronks, innit? Yeah, from 2 p.m. till 12 a.m. Yeah. Oh, is the mic going? Oh, is it me? My voice going funny or the mic going funny? We're going to be at V-Bar, 79 High Street, Croydon. It's free entry, mother lovers. It's free. I'm going to be performing there live on the 10th of July. And there's a whole bunch of people going to be down there with me. Tough Boys, Cracker John, Amy True, Oliver Sudden, Menace Mendoza, Archetype, DK, Mark My Words, Hulk, a.k.a. Professor Banner. Woo, I love that. Emerge MC, and it's going to be his birthday as well, man. So you lot make sure you come down to celebrate. HMC V1, Tavon, Grotesque, Pro Slice Lead, Dylan the Idealist. Comes through to V-Bar, 10th of July. I'm going to be performing there live alongside my bro DJ Lock. You know what I mean? Let's have a little party. That's July the 10th. Make sure you mother lovers are there. We'll be reminding you anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be a little bit of fun. What's going on? Blue Fliggy.
I'm just writing down a few more of these.
Headphones.
I'm just writing down a few more of these suggestions. Karan Gale, pro skateboarder and personal trainer, does a lot of stuff to do with functional patterns and myofascial release.
Oh, definitely.
Could educate on a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Someone who can talk about functional medicine.
Someone.
Robbie Love, Conspiracy World, someone to get on called Romola D from Romola D Reports. Her YouTube got shut down. I think she's on BitChute. All right, Romola D.
Romola D.
I'm writing these down.
That's what I'm saying, man. Common senses know what's up, man. Get people to talk the talk. You know what I mean?
Romola D.
Romola D. Okay. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Bruce Willis. It's a shame Mice Cube's UKKK's Most Wanted never came out.
Yeah, that can still happen, man. Bruv, you know what? That can still happen for sure, boy. Yeah, we had that cover and everything as well. Nah, definitely. Let's talk about that, bro. For sure.
Amy True.
Yeah, Amy True would be a good one. Peaches as well. I got to get Peaches.
Oh, yeah.
Peaches. Said she'd be up for it.
Cheers.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh, all right, I'm trying to log into the restream, but it ain't working.
UKKK's Most Wanted. I want to see that.
Yeah. UKKK's Most Wanted. Mice Cube. Because if people don't know, my favorite rap album is America's Most Wanted by Ice Cube. Yeah. Wow. It's my favorite album. Like to listen to top to bottom. I think obviously there's the nostalgia, you know, but it was one of them albums that really I found entertaining. You know what I mean? Because it was like hood shit, but it was also, you know, you got Gangster's Fairy Tale and then there was also like so entertainment. There was stuff that was entertaining, and then as well you had like it was like social commentary at the same time. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that really, you know, was an album that made an impact. And I was always like, if you're gonna do this shit, you gotta make sure.
And it was a hard album.
Yeah, and it was hard. Exactly. Hard. You know what I mean? So yeah, always thought like that would be a good idea. Doing Mice Cube. Blue Fliggy came up with he's got a couple beats already done, as well as the front cover was hilarious, man. He photoshopped my face on the cover. So yeah, man, I definitely got to do that, bruv. Yeah, and so what else was I gonna say? So yeah, so then
Mice Cube is a good song.
Mice Cube, man. Been a mad one. I went France on, what was it? I went France on Thursday, I think it was. No, Friday. We did the gig Saturday, and then flew back Sunday. And then Monday, I went to Manchester with the orchestra, and we did like a rehearsal. And then we did another one, and then a gig for Tuesday night, which was like a private event. You know what I mean? Proper like, rah, all these people here type thing. And then came back for Wednesday, just had that day off, and then went back in Thursday. We did the Wilds. Sorry, we did London. We did London O2, Indigo O2. And then that was another private event, a similar thing. And then we went the next day, that night, we headed towards, we went Swindon, stopped off there, slept for a bit, and then carried on off to Bude, it's called? Bude, down Cornwall.
Yeah.
And that's where In the Wilds, or it's called the Wilds Festival. I don't know if it's a festival or not, but it's a live event called the Wilds. Right. Wicked, man. Really, like, joyous event, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People really enjoying themselves. And then after that, headed down towards the Isle of Wight. And then, got to do the Isle of Wight Festival, man. That was nuts.
Very good.
It was on Sky Arts as well. It got live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it got on Sky Arts and whatnot. The only thing is I didn't get to do Outer Space. I got to do Galvanized, but we had to cut it short because the weather was pretty bad. And it's not easy for some of the musicians to play, you know, especially the strings and whatnot with rain.
Yeah,
and
it's
wind,
all like thunder and all that on Saturday night, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it's a bit tricky, but we did get on. And then what's amazing, man, is like, you know, how conductor Jules, him and Pete are able to communicate what they should do next and whether it's like what time, how much time is left and whatnot, whilst everything's going on. You know, he's got a mic there and everyone's got their in-ears. So I was just like, wow, this is crazy, man, the way they're able to do that and do it live. You wouldn't think it when there's like 55 musicians playing at once, and you know, but...
Well, so they're all fitted in Indigo O2 as well.
Just about, boy.
Yeah.
It's
not
tight.
that big, is it?
Yeah, no, it's tight. It's tight.
Okay, no.
Yeah, that was tight. People did say it was a bit tight for them, but yeah, they did well on that. And then, we're going back in this weekend, man. Getting back on it. We go to like Franklin's Gardens and then Newcastle Racehorse. And then the Peace Hall. Yeah, the Peace Hall, I think.
I'm just trying to get
Where's that?
thing up for it.
Halifax, that's it.
Oh, okay. Not a corner of the country I get too much.
Yeah, it should be interesting then. And these are live outdoor events as well, so they are pretty much, you know, something sort of special for there.
Luckily, you'll be undercover in Halifax.
Yeah, and then, so we're in Northampton. Undercover in Halifax.
No, I mean, you'll cause it's probably going to rain, isn't it?
Yeah, you reckon?
In
Halifax, you mean? As soon as we get there, innit?
Sort of place where it rains a lot.
I wonder why that is.
Grim up north.
You know what's really interesting about you saying that? is we went up to Manchester, baking, blazing, like, you know, and it was like, oh, we've got to rehearse though, it'd be nice to be in the sun, da. As we're coming down south, that sun was disappearing, it was getting grayer and grayer. When we got down to like Cornwall, where you'd expect it'd be like blazing, it was like, it wasn't like the greatest weather. And then,
Saturday,
Isle of Wight was like, you saw what that was like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
well, I was in Brighton and it was Saturday night, just was like thunder, lightning, pissing down. But when I came back to London, everyone said, oh no rain Saturday. So
we were getting messages.
South Coast.
Yeah, we were getting messages talking about, it's baking out here, man. It's 34, can't move. You know, like all that talk. Well, we were like, I might have to get my jacket.
Wow.
Brother, you bring your long johns, like, you know, them levels, boy. So I won't complain too much, bitches and bitchettes. London seemed to be live. Yeah. Yeah, man. Shout out to Regentology. He came down. He knows what he was saying, man. Glastonbury, Robbie Love. Shout out to Robbie Love in the building. Nah, I haven't been asked to do Glastonbury this year, but you know what? I didn't even realize it was on, but it just goes to show, man, when everything's back on like that, Carnival's back, it's like, okay, you better stop threatening. You know what I mean? You mother lovers better go enjoy this life right now. Halifax is on the Pennines, so clouds get caught on the hills.
Stop
big up
making
West
it.
Yorkshire.
Stop making
Robbie love.
excuses.
Nah, okay. I was thinking like
Stop making
when you said
excuses,
that.
Northerners.
You shoving softies can't handle it. That's what it is. You shoving fucking softies. Yeah, boy. Yeah, we were baffled, man. London was like, yo, it's baking out here. We're good. Yeah.
Microclimate.
Yeah.
All the pollution holds the heat in.
Can we be honest about, like, you know, these weather predictions, though? If we're honest, are they ever accurate? Because it seems like they just switch it up like an hour before. Oh, actually, no, it's going to be,
Apparently, what they do with long-term stuff is they base it on the last 5 years.
Is
so
it?
They say, like, that's what the weather's been like on average for this sort of time of year. And then as it gets closer to the day, they start adjusting it. So that's why you suddenly see it change overnight, where it will say, like, no, tomorrow's going to be rain, because they're just seeing stuff coming in. It's called weather predicting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you look on the news,
Yeah, it definitely
you
is
watch the
predicted,
news,
yeah.
right? Next time you see the weather, I don't watch telly.
Yeah, but don't
Next
say
time-
it to me like I do.
Next time these lot watch telly, they show you like a crystal ball. When the weather comes up, it goes, the weather, and it's like a crystal ball. They're letting you know, like, this is just a prediction. This ain't real. This is a you know, it comes out of like a big sort of shiny. It's meant to be like a raindrop or something, but it looks like a crystal ball.
Just imagine like they're all what do you call them? These shows, scripted reality TV, and his scripted reality is to act like he's a weatherman, telling you the weather accurately.
Yeah. They were in for a bad
We
spell.
were watching it, yeah.
Prediction. We're just looking in my crystal ball. There's a bad spell coming.
Yeah, this ball here, and you know, like he's doing all that waving.
Yeah, and it's not even there.
Like, look, I can do this without looking.
It's as good as what you've got. The setup, you know, you could do the weather now.
Yeah, look, as you can see, it's been raining these fish for a little while, and they're all heading. Oh,
We done it for
east.
yeah, for the wrap up. Yeah, we done the weather on that. Didn't we?
Oh yeah. No. Yeah, Trevor McDiggy. Ah, man.
Demoted.
Yeah. To the
doing
weather,
the weather.
bruv. You know what I mean? That was
Predicting
taking the
the
piss
weather.
right there, man.
Go from talking about the news to just predicting weather. Demoted.
Taking the piss, man. Yeah, let's have a look at the crowds that. we
Oh
got
yeah,
to
where's
perform
the?
with.
Have you dropped the
link
video?
there.
Oh, I've got it.
Crazy ass mother lovers, boy. And these lot were like, they were the
Oh, hold on. How do I make it bigger?
yeah, they were the you know, staff for O2 and Virgin. And so they got this treat
Right.
with the Manchester and London dates. Yeah, and it's pretty mad, you know. You're like, right, boy, this is how they look after their staff, man. With this kind of event. You know, who else was there? Sophie Ellis-Bextor was there. I was going to shout her out. Cousin just let me know today that she's from West as well. She's from West London. But, you know, she's some person that I've mentioned before to people regarding the whole, you know, singing or rapping with your own accent thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, back then, from way back, like the whole murder on the dance floor, you know, it was a thing that stuck out like, rah, she sounds English when she's doing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And pulling it off.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, you know, when I was getting into it, there was still a bunch of people with an American accent when they're rapping.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's up to you. Like, I was definitely more immature about it when I was younger. And thought, oh yeah, but it's like how people hear it, they obviously feel like maybe that's how it's supposed to sound, which makes sense. When you hear a language or learn a language, you do your best to do it in that accent opposed to, you know?
Yeah.
So in that sense, but for me, it was just like kind of weird doing like, yo man, I blast through or pass through, and then, hi mum, yeah, can you put the chips on? And you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, big up Blade as well, man. It's definitely one of the cats that were like holding that fort down as well from early.
Yeah.
You know, you could hear it. And this is a tricky thing. Like I said, man, you're young and you get influenced by something like that. But yeah, for me. And so hearing people like her, I think, what's her name, did it as well, innit? Lily Allen.
Yeah. That's probably a bit later, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit later, but there were, you know, my point is that there were people doing it with their own
She
voice
probably got it from the UK hip hop thing.
Yeah, and so yeah. And then there's that. I think, is it Arctic Monkeys?
Yeah.
They're sort of known, and apparently they had mentioned it to maybe MK or somebody like that. Like, yeah, they listened to Just and Task Force and you know, loads of different people. And so yeah, you know, that sort of thing makes you feel proud. Like, right, you know, the fact that we kind of stuck to our guns, like big up, like, you know, Berry Crew and you know, man, 12 Stone. And artists like that, you know, like there were people like properly sounding like themselves from way back and just pushing through as hard as it may be to
London Posse, obviously.
Yeah, London Posse, obviously. Yeah, you know. But yeah, I was thinking of some of these, like there was some key people like in that, and they were on the underground level, but when you heard them, it was like, yeah, that's proper English. Like MCD. You know, he was one of the guys that really, when I heard him, because he's from around the area as well, West. So hearing him was like, right, it's like hearing one of the man them, but just rapping. And you're like, you can pull it off.
Yeah.
As much as we're always hearing American, like you can do it. You know? And then the other thing about it is that you're not going to be sounding like anyone else but yourself.
Yeah.
If you use your own voice. You know what I mean? But once you go that route, it kind of reminds me of Q-Tip, or it kind of reminds me of, you know, there'll be names flying here, there, and everywhere, and even people you don't know, because America's America. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that stuff was important. So yeah, big up to Sophie Ellis-Bextor. You know what I mean? I didn't get to meet her or nothing because I'm someone they might not never know nothing about. Nah, it's too hectic to even try. But who else was on there? Becky Hill was on there, and Jessie Ware, and these all like. You know what I'm saying, the names, you're like, okay. You probably, then again, when you're out doing your masonry work, you're probably hearing it on the radio. Yeah.
I wouldn't know they were. If you went to me, that's Jessie Ware, I'd be like, I know that song. Yeah. No, do you know what I mean? A lot of these, I do hear them, then I'm like, oh yeah, right.
It's hilarious. Man.
You don't think you know them, but you just hear so much stuff going past your ears.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But yeah, check out the crowds, man. This was nuts. Real fun to do. This was Manchester. After like 2 years, I like to get the afternoon. So what I call feedback. Where we have satisfied customers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's say
Justin. We got the whole room back. Very cool.
Wow. How was that? You enjoy that?
He's a bad man. Bad man trombonist. Bad man trombonist, you get me? You hit the arrow there on the right.
Where? Arrow.
Okay. To the right of that.
Another one.
Yeah. That's all the
Let's do it.
It's like a
Rum VT.
Yeah, Rum VT. London. People always talk about how London's hard work, but these lot went off. You've got a staff party like this. Yeah, you get an orchestra as a staff party.
Hey, I tell you what, if you think selling mobile data is difficult, you want to try and be the drummer. Come on. Let's not forget.
And this was the Wilds.
Cornwall.
That was all right spirit.
Put it this way, yeah. Like my forehead, it wasn't dry, you get me?
Nah,
Dry.
never dry.
Never dry. Look, here's dry. Let me show you dry, yeah? Look, dry. How are you dry? And I'm like this. How is that?
I don't do anything. I just sit here and I just enjoy the show, man.
Jesus Christ. Happy birthday, boys, man. Yes, man.
His birthday.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday.
Go have some fun out there, do you know what I mean? Yeah, this was the mad one, boy.
White.
Look how much they
Got to get the lovely
Yo,
fun. How was that? How was that? Did you enjoy that?
Don't talk to me right now. I want to
Look
get
at these
upstairs.
lot, man.
It's cold as hell.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ. Almighty. Hey. I love White Fest, man. Jeez.
That's fun, man.
Well done, girls. Well done, everybody.
They ignore me until it's time to blaze. Yeah, man. Fun out there, boy. We had fun, man. So, yeah, a bit more of that to come. If you lot want to come through, hit me up, Marvel lovers. Just check out the old gig guide, and you'll find out, mate. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, man. That's what I've been up to, boy. And it's been a lot of fun. Got more of that to come. But we definitely got to get into some shit you might not never know nothing about in the next coming months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
After this cools down, I think next week might be a bit hectic. I'm not sure if I can do next week, but we'll keep you mother lovers informed. Make sure you subscribe to the new channel. It's in the chat room, as well as follow Simna Twitter and on Instagram as well. You know what I mean? So we can keep you like, updated. Because it's very important. And next up, you know what I got to do? I got to give a shout out to the cmossboss.co.uk. That's right, mother lovers. I've been getting hit up about the CMOS. People are doubting on the CMOS, but until you tried it, you will never know. That's some shit you might not never know nothing about. You got to try it first. You know what I mean? And then we can talk. Because this is what I'm saying. There is CMOS and there's Irish moss, yeah? Certain people are going to sell you the CMOS like it's Irish moss. Now, some CMOS is all right, is good, but there's a lot of it that isn't good. What you want is Irish moss. You want organic Irish moss. You want wild crafted even. There's organic and then there's wild crafted. That means it's growing wild. You know what I mean? They're just allowing it to do its thing. They ain't getting involved. They ain't like, bruv, do you need to handle this? Bruv, do you want to help me? Nah, nothing. They're like, bruv, I'll survive. They ain't like, hanging on to that, bruv, I'm good. Leave me alone, man. I'm wild. You know what I mean? That's the next level up. Reason being is fighting. Fighting gives it strength. Strength gives it more nutrition. You know what I mean? So you got to get tucked in. If you hit up the CMOS boss, you can get your sea vegetables. Wakame, you can get Irish moss. As I said, the Conscious Crispus, that's what you want. Conscious Crispus. You don't want anything else than that. All the rest of it, it's all dodgy. It's all dodgy as hell. Conscious Crispus is the one. I'll tell you that now. You can get CMOS gels as well. So this is basically what you're trying to make with the CMOS is a gel, ideally. And then you can get like a scoop or two of that, put in some hot water, you know, and let that dissolve and then get your nutrition in. I believe it's something like 98 of the 108 minerals and other nutrients that the body needs are encapsulated in a lot of these seeds. Well, some of these seed vegetables, especially CMOS, but you can also get dulse, which is high in a lot of your B vitamins. If you're, especially if you're a vegan and you're looking for protein, you should get the spirulina. I wouldn't normally have said that, but I'm getting to understand that it's a similar thing where there's different forms of spirulina. And because this is obviously from like the wild shores of Ireland, you know, and it's organic, I'm pretty sure it will be a lot cleaner. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's off the coast of Donegal, also known as the Wild Atlantic Way. And because of it being wild and water moving around quite freely, the area doesn't get polluted. So yeah, very important that you hit them up. If you want to get 20% off any of your orders, make sure once you get to the trolley, when you get to the checkout, you type in about 20. Yeah? About 20. Uppercase, my beloveds. That's all you need. CMOS Boss, thecmosboss.co.uk. And shout out to the fam, Richie, Touraine, always showing love. Some shit you might not never know nothing about. Yeah. But we got to get them back on so we could talk more.
Yeah.
It would be good as well to actually speak to someone who's delved deeper into the, the nutrition value as such. So like a nutritionist who can really break down. Because there is this thing that seems to happen where a food will come out, as known as be like, I remember, look, sprouts. I'm not talking Brussels sprouts. You look, get off that whole Brussels sprouts thing. I'm talking about alfalfa, rose.
Cress.
Yeah, cress, but it was like,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, cress is like the lower level. Cress is like,
This is when
crunchy water.
that's the infant school version.
Yeah. There's all these different, and they are quite potent. You can sense that, yeah. But then all of a sudden, about a year and a half, 2 years later, there was all this talk about, there's a certain toxin, some kind of like mold or whatever that grows.
Yeah,
and
phytotoxins, yeah.
Like, and so the shop you go to normally get them, they'll be, there's been this thing. And I was like, where did you hear it? And back then I wasn't even too on thinking about things in a pure logical way, but there's something that made me, it was like my intuition, I guess, made me think like, yeah, but where did you hear that? And he was like, it was on some, article. And so I Googled and then found something, and it was just saying about, these, like you're saying, these spores that.
Well, it's the things that protect the baby plants from being eaten. They poison the insects. So they got more phytotoxins when they're sprouts, which is meant to be the thing that triggers your body to react and become like, we've got to fight something. So you're putting small bits of toxin.
Yeah,
that's the theory.
okay.
Same with turmeric. Turmeric's actually bad for you in big doses.
What? How big?
Who knows?
That's the thing.
Because it's an antibiotic. So turmeric is actually.
It's not anti-inflammatory.
No, it's an antibiotic.
Oh, right.
So it kills bacteria, but that means it kills good bacteria as well.
Yeah, all bacteria.
All bacteria. So ingesting loads of turmeric, if you're ingesting little bits of turmeric, it's going to create a response in the body to try and fight the antibiotic. But if you have a lot of it, it's going to just kill your gut bacteria and you end up with sterile gut.
Yeah, and it sounds similar
hormesis.
to...
It's called hormesis. It's like
garlic does that. Right?
Yeah, garlic, onions, those things are all antibiotic as well.
Yeah.
Hey, what you want is probiotics. You want like kefir and sort of live cultured stuff, fermented things, and that's ferments are more like a prebiotic, so they're sort of they lead to an environment where biotics can grow.
Yeah, and that's where, so anyone out there that has, if you've been on antibiotics, or even if it is a while ago, a good thing to do is prebiotics, which are like things like sauerkraut and kimchi and all them things, and they can kind of get your gut, like motivated to actually digest things better. If you're getting what's the thing that people get, like heartburn and
reflux?
Acid reflux and all that. Oftentimes you kind of got to reset your whole. You need probiotics in there to like start working with. Everything else. So that's I forgot about that. It's really important, man. Especially if you've done the antibiotics, because it says it in the name, man. Against
coffee,
bio is life. So that's anti-life. And unfortunately, the powers that be have written a book that tells you that if you use this, it will make you better.
But the idea is with hormesis is that people just apply it to everything. It's like Occam's razor. It's just something that people apply to. I use Occam's razor. The simplest answer is always usually the right one. You know, imagine if they thought that about bloody the periodic table, where there's only one element. You know, it's like, sometimes things are really complex. It's not always the simplest answers to one. But hormesis is the idea that you give a little bit of something, and that creates a response that then builds a bigger response to it. So
yeah, well, the thing is, but the question is,
that's sort of what like inoculation's based on.
Yeah, but the question is it specific to whatever you've inoculated the person with, or you know, poisoned them with, and that, you know, apparently that's not so.
I don't think hormesis is a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea to apply it to everything. You know, I think obviously there could be some instances where something like that works, but if you just apply it to blanket everything of like a little bit of what will kill you can also make you better, then try having a little bit of anthrax or a little bit of ricin. You know, some things will just kill you. Not even just a tiny bit of it. You can't even have a tiny bit of it. So that sort of idea, you know.
Yeah, no matter how tiny it is, even stuff that can't kill you is still a poison. You know, like you have a little like sip of a rum or a little sip of a beer or whatever, you still feel a little something that changes. You know what I mean? How you're feeling. And
that's the idea that, you know, people who are against phytotoxins in sprouts and vegetables is that you're eating something that's causing an adrenaline spike. So that's why you feel better, because you're like, oh, I feel really alert and awake. So that's when it's like actually you're getting an adrenal response. Yeah. Coffee does the same thing. Coffee's antibiotic, so coffee creates an adrenal response because your body's like, you've got to sort this antibiotic out, you know, and trying to fight it off, and clean it out of the system, and so it creates adrenaline.
Bruv, coffee, man. Jeez, coffee is like.
If you want the best thing to do first thing in the morning to kill your gut bacteria is have a cup of coffee on an empty stomach. Best thing to do. That's what you want. You want dead gut.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, if you want to kill your bacteria in your gut, drink a cup of coffee on an empty stomach.
Man, I wonder if, like, you know, you are what you eat, right? So that's got to affect your mood, you know, the way you handle situations. Like, it's got to affect that if it's affecting your gut in that. Yeah. And, you know, there's people that I know, like, we all know a lot of people that do that. Straight up, bam, coffee. Yeah, I got a coffee machine, bam, bam, bam. And I wonder if that can, you know, switch up your mood in a way because you're messing with your gut biome, you know?
Yeah. There is, you know, there are people out there that do think, that obviously every little cell counts, and if they're all unhappy, that creates a bigger thing of you being unhappy as well.
And your mood is affected feeling.
By it.
Why do no one denies that it's a gut feeling. Like have you got a gut feeling about? I've got a gut feeling. You know, we all say that. Yeah. You know, so there's got to be something there, man, for real. Boy, so make sure you lot have your porridge, whatever it is, man. Chips, beans, mustard peas, mushrooms, egg. Scrambled eggs.
Yeah, make sure you have your grain first thing in the morning instead.
Yeah, then have your coffee.
Only slightly better than having just coffee.
The only problem with that is obviously like,
the grain.
The coffee might just.
Yeah.
You got to run straight to the toilet, boy.
That's why you have the porridge first. Bung yourself up with the porridge. It's all like gluey in there and like a thick bung.
Gluey.
And then have the coffee on top.
Yeah, well, I was to do it the other way around for real.
The biggest purchasers of antacids and acid reflux tablets in the world?
I thought you was going to say porridge. The biggest purchasers of
it's got to be Scotland. It's got to be per capita. Got to be Scotland.
Porridge, isn't it? Oats.
The biggest
acid reflux.
Yeah, who's the biggest? The biggest consumers per capita per head of the country per
this country.
No, which country in the world do you think?
America, man.
No, Italy.
Oh wow,
yeah.
Wow, Italy.
Yeah,
that's a good point actually.
That's that Mediterranean diet for you.
So, well then, so wait, the pasta,
coffee on the top of
Coffee.
the wheel. After you've eaten 5 courses, coffee. Kill all the bacteria that's meant to be digesting the food. You know, just like kill all that at the end. Eat all your food, then kill all the bacteria just right at the end of it all.
Wow.
Coffee in the morning. It's all coffee over there, isn't it? All of the
The
coffee we have here
continent.
is Italian coffee.
Yeah, the continent is definitely about that coffee. Because in France, they batter it as well.
Yeah.
It's like
French
morning
coffee.
before breakfast, then one after breakfast, one for a break.
Every time with a cigarette.
Every time with a cigarette. After lunch, bam. Oh, we finished? Coffee.
One
Like,
before bed
bruv.
at 8 o'clock in France. They always go to bed at about 8 o'clock. I don't know why.
Coffee before bed, man. Yo, coffee before bed is so mad that there are people that show off about the fact that they can drink coffee. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they brag about, oh, I'm just coffee, I can go to sleep, man. Go to sleep. Yeah, don't bother me.
I've burnt my adrenal glands out so much that I can just drink coffee before I go to bed.
That's good.
I'm always tired.
Yeah. Like, wow. That's nuts. So that's what's going on there, isn't it? Jeez. Yeah, man. Also, party people, please go and support this release. It came out. Put that shorty thing on.
Yeah.
Came out, whilst we were away. But yeah, man, I'm proud to be involved in this. My brother DJ Shorty Blitz
Let's just see
dropping his first ever release, First Step. And I'm on there, bitches and bitchettes. Yep. Shout out to Sus Bully. This is an EP, by the way. So featuring that track, this track with Wavy Boy Smith, JB Era. And this track, Black Twang, Corey Guns, John Connor, Joel Ortiz. You know what I mean? And this one, Truth. Woo! He's going in, man. You know what I mean? Look out for that there. It's an EP called First Step. All produced by Shorty Blitz. About time, man. Beast. That's the name of the track. Beast. Yeah. Truth featuring Real Young, Terry Walker, and Odyssey. You know what I mean? So go support that, man. That's out right about now. Featuring your boy. So we gotta let you know. You know what I mean? And there's shit coming, man. There's more shit coming. Trust me on that. I'm very excited about the music that's about to be exposed to the world, mother lovers.
What, your stuff or Shorty stuff?
Yeah,
or...
my stuff. Well, yeah. I'm excited about Shorty stuff, but I'm saying I've been conjuring up some bits and bobs. I can't wait to get out of there.
I wonder if Shorty would you reckon Shorty would want to come on and talk about his
That's a good idea, man. I'll ask him, man.
his music?
I'll ask him, he might be up for that.
About his changing career, changing direction.
Get him on the other side of the interview for once.
Yeah. So what we got there?
Right, some of you lot were quiet about your roll call. What's the roll call out there? Do you know what I mean? IBMCs were straight up. Scraggly bits. Scraggly heads, man. That was hilarious.
Oh, so Robbie Love says there is only one element. All other elements are just compound hydrogen. Oh, well, Occam's razor was right then.
Compound hydrogen. As in, they're, part of...
Hydrogen with something else.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. See? It's that kind of talk there. As you often hear.
There you go.
Shout out to Teddy T. He said, beer then a curry. Perfect balance. Yeah, it's weird how that works. But that's what I noticed. In France, it's like, you could do a beer or red wine. And they have, is it aperitif? Like to start you off.
Yeah. Beer, I think alcohol is anti-biotic as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think because you used to have to, that's all they, when the water was really mucky water, they used to drink alcohol because it obviously is like sterile or whatever it is or something. Yeah.
Where was that?
Over here. They used to drink beer because the water was so dirty.
Wow.
So everyone used to get cholera. So you'd have like cholera outbreaks and all that sort of thing. Which is just a bacteria. Cholera is not
Well,
like
you
a
just
virus.
said it. You
It's
said
a
it in one
bacteria.
sentence. The water was dirty and everyone got cholera. There you go.
That's what
but
people have to look at.
Yeah, I know. It's so
And then what did they do? Is clean the
weird,
water
though.
up, and now no one gets cholera. There's still cholera in the water. It's just in such small parts from all the refining and the filtering at the water processing plants that the cholera doesn't ever get to grow anymore.
Yeah, but would you drink pond water though?
Depends whose pond it is.
Pamela Anderson.
Yes, I would drink Pamela Anderson's pond water out of her hand.
Pamela Anderson's pond water, boy. That's a good name for a band.
It is.
Pamela. Hi, and tonight, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you for the first time, it is Pamela Anderson's pond water. Come on, put your hands together. Pamela Anderson. So that was Pamela Anderson's pond water. What do you think about that, guys? Yeah,
Fancy
boy.
taking a dip?
Yo. Yeah. Nuts, man. Right. So no one said nothing, huh? Jeez.
What,
you are
roll
deep,
call?
man. Yeah.
No, not really. Everyone's it's Wednesday. Maybe they will get it tomorrow. Bruce Willis has a coffee before bed.
See, that's how nuts it is. Like, you're like, right, you do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how people can drink coffee before bed. I'll be up. I'm like, yo, heads, shoulders, knees, and toes, heads.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
I can't drink it after midday. I have a coffee
Yeah, I
after
think I'm the
midday.
same.
I'm like, it's too much.
Yeah, I
get
think I'm the
jittery.
same.
Yeah.
What, like, even if it's a good coffee, a normal coffee, like not the granules, you know,
Yeah. I can't drink that full stop.
yeah, that's the arsehole end of the coffee, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they scrape it off the floor.
Yeah. You should not be touching that. That's why they turn it into that.
Yeah.
They crystallize it because they're
Nothing
like,
else
yo,
they can do.
just, like, let's just try and get rid of some of the shit that's in this shit. At least if we crystallize the shit, it looks better than the shit that it was. Yeah. That's what that is, boy. So you like stay off that. What do you call it? What's the word for it? The granulated stuff.
Instant.
Yeah, instant coffee. Nah, man. Instant coffee. Sound like smart coffee. You know what I mean? Stay away from that shit. You know that's coming next, man. The smart coffee.
Yeah.
I'm telling you about the heart rate and just in case you start perspirating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What?
Yeah. I get like a sort of, if I have like two coffees too close to each other, I get like a jittery feeling for the whole day. Like a sort of shortness of breath. I'm like sort of always sighing, trying to catch my breath still. And then you sort of get like it's not like a crash, but it is like a sort of dip in sort of consciousness later on. A couple of hours later, I get like a thing of like, I'm going to need to eat some carbs or something, you know, like something just to sort
crash.
just to sort of like,
It's that
you need
crash,
to be
man.
carved out to just sort of try and just calm down and take you back down to earth again.
Yeah. It's that crash, man. That caffeine kick.
Yeah.
Kick in your ass, and the next minute you're like, whoa. Like, and the best thing is just to drink water, man.
Yeah.
That's the ideal thing because you need to just dilute that shit down. Same with alcohol. It's like what you're putting in, just mix that up with some water and sort your life out. Sort your life out. So what, Blue, how many coffees do you have in a day? Is that, when you're going
Good question.
bed drinking coffee and shit, that means you might be on 6-7 a day standard, like, and a nutting. And I can imagine, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Blue's on that level. I mean, it keeps you working.
Yeah.
I think that's something people really kind of draw from.
Blue goes to bed at 1 a.m. and wakes up at 5 with no alarm and feels great. So
Wow.
4 hours sleep.
What, and that's it for the whole day?
Taking NARS literally
Yeah, that is that's some hardcore shit right there. 4 hours sleep, like bam, yep, I'm good. That's when he's in tune with doing that.
Yeah, you do get used to it.
Yeah,
It's
a lot
true,
of people
yeah.
tap out. They're like, nah, I need to get a little 20
1
minutes.
a.m. and up at 5.
That's levels right there, boy.
Hell. I can do that once a week. Not that time. I can go to bed at like 2 and be up at 7 or something. Once a week. After that, it just kills me.
I find because I'm a light sleeper, I could do shit like that, and I'm all right.
What?
Like I can get 4
Have
hours,
a couple of hours.
get up. Like sometimes you got to travel, bits and like different places.
That's what I'm all right. I'm all right doing it. It's just that
it's a little, yeah.
I think you've only got a certain amount of hours in bed. If you know what I mean, in your life.
Is it?
To me, this is my own philosophy. I think of it as like you've only got a certain number of hours in bed, and if you don't get those hours in bed, you lose them. They're gone. You can't get them back. You can't go to bed. I'm going to go to bed for 2 days.
Oh, okay.
To catch up with it. It's just like you either get that third of a day of sleep. You're meant to sleep for 8 hours. It's a third of a day. You know what I mean? So a third of your life you're meant to be asleep. Even more when you're a baby and when you're old. Old babies and old people sleep all the time. So if you're not getting that third of a day of sleep, it's gone. And what happens as a result? We don't know. Maybe you just one day just kill over and die because you didn't get enough sleep. Don't know. I'd like to speak to like old people.
Don't take him seriously, by the way, Blue.
No, I'd like to speak to old people. Yeah, but you know what? When Blue's older, he might just suddenly start sleeping, go to bed at like 9 and get up at 11 or something. I don't know.
Maybe he's like he does go to bed that early, but he doesn't realize. He thinks it's about 1. You know what I mean? But really, he's killed out about like 10, and he just sees the 1 there with 3 O's. Doesn't see the O.
Yeah, you've obviously got to sleep.
True.
For
he
some
always
reason.
used to wake up early, man. He was one of them, man.
I'm an up early person.
Yeah, I think you've done a similar thing when we was in Dam. And
I'm always up early.
It was that funny enough with Shorty Blitz out in Amsterdam. I think Shorty was doing a gig, and we stayed at the hotel. And then by the time I woke up, we had one crazy night. You know, probably shrooms were involved, and yeah, woke up the next day, and then there's just a note there, and it's Blue saying, "Yeah, Stro, I'm at the coffee shop. You know what I mean? And I'm going to have a coffee in a zoo at the shop." Like it was like, yeah, and he drew a little map and that where it was, and that so he was out from early, but he never really, he's never one of them bad like sleeping in or like
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
you get used to it, innit?
Some people are like morning people, and some people are evening people, and
Yeah, true.
nighttime people.
True.
For me, I've always been up early. Always. I'd be knocking on my friends' houses, like 8:30, coming out to play. They'd be like, no, I'm not up yet. Like 11 o'clock, they'd ring you and go, you ready to go out? And be like, I've been out 3 hours.
Yeah. You've had your day. Like that's hilarious, man.
I've always been like it. So it's other people find it, girlfriends find it annoying that you're always first up. They want to lay in, and you're like, no, let's go out, let's do something.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good point, man. Not everybody's up for it, innit?
Nah.
Don't talk to me, like even at on this tour, because there's like about 60 or something of us. And, breakfast, like in the hotel, when you go downstairs for breakfast and that, you can tell the people that are like on the chat thing or something, yeah, just don't talk to me. Cause, they just got that face like,
Yeah.
walking with the tray and that.
Have you got a WhatsApp group for them all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a WhatsApp group. So
Do you know, you should just go around and knock on all their doors. First thing.
Who's up for it?
Who's up for breakfast?
Who's up for breakfast? You want breakfast? Like, we're going to get breakfast now. You want a coffee? Yeah, I'll bring the coffee to you. Just mess with them, innit? Yeah. It can get a little bit like that on the coach, though, to be fair. Certain people are like, they probably want us to be a bit more quiet. It's helpful if we're a bit more quiet. Thank you very much. Yeah, man. Right. Yeah, big up all the light sleepers out there, all the people that don't sleep. There's a lot of insomniacs out there.
Yeah.
It's hard. I'd say like working out, if you try like get into some workout routine, that'll help tire you out. Some lavender can help, CBD can help. You know what I mean, hit up Canisters if you're having trouble getting yourself to sleep. It can happen for a lot of people, man. Another thing is like, don't be looking at your screen, your phone or your computer before you go to bed either.
Yeah.
Because apparently that the light, can really mess with your old circadian rhythm. And that's probably why you can't sleep for a few hours after as well. So yeah, get some blue blockers or, just try it, ease it up, get a book or something, do some press up.
Get out in that morning sun. You need to get sun before 11 o'clock. That sun sets your circadian rhythm for the day. So whatever light it's not whatever light. It's not like you wake up and see these lights and then you're like, oh, I'm all ready for the day. It has to be a certain frequency of sunlight
Oh,
that
right,
you get in the
okay.
morning. So it's a certain, it's like
It's the arc.
blue or red or whatever it is that you need in the morning. That sets you up for the day. That creates your circadian rhythm. And then that's what makes you tired at night.
Yeah, it's the arc. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like where we are now, up in Cancer, that's where, like you're saying, that's where the sun's probably at its highest, around that midday sort of, just before.
You need to get
And
out
then
into the morning.
And then
Preferably
also,
8 o'clock.
do you remember Snuff was saying in the evening as well?
Yeah.
He was saying about the sunset. So I guess on average, sort of, between.
Again, and it's like a red light sunset. It's like a sort of different kind of light.
Yeah, and you should actually go out and get that as well.
Yeah.
Whereas, during the day is not as important. So,
Yeah.
it's probably
Daytime
the
is the
roaring
worst
lion,
sun.
boy. Yeah, it's the hardcore sun.
Early morning, you can look at the sun because you're looking at it rising. So you're seeing it being lensed through the atmosphere or whatever they think of it as in the flat Earth.
It's appearing through the.
Yeah. And then at the evening, you're doing the same thing again. You can see it bigger, lensed through the atmosphere, but you can still look directly at it. In the daytime, you can't look at the sun. So you need to get out in the morning, set your circadian rhythm to the light of the sun.
To the light of the sun.
And then that will
then
then
you can
give
go about
you
your shit.
a roughly 16-hour day, before you're like, I need to go to sleep.
What about the there's like people that do 4 hours, the theory that 4 hours here and 4 hours there is what you should do.
Seinfeld. It's what
Is that
Kramer,
where that came
Kramer
from?
does it in Seinfeld. Yeah.
Is it?
No, but he does it because someone else, a famous person, slept like that. I think he does like 4 hours, then a 20-minute sleep, and then 4 hours, then 20-minute sleep, then 4 hours and 20. I think that's what it is. But he ends up just wired.
What, on Seinfeld he does that? Nah, this one was like.
It's a famous person who done it. I can't remember who it is.
No, it's meant to be like you have 4 hours sleep, and then you have your day, and then you can have another 4 hours sleep somewhere, and then you have your evening. You know what I mean? You have your night. There's some
Right,
kind of
okay.
there's some kind of
The
like
Mediterranean sleep pattern.
I think it might be that. I think it,
Sleep in the day.
I think it might be that, for real. Because I was like, nah, it's something that they actually do. Like it's a cultural thing.
Right.
And I think it might be the Mediterranean, maybe Spain or somewhere like that. But yeah, that's the next one. So there's a theory that you could do that as well as what's it called? Micro sleeping.
What's that?
So it's where you have like 2 minutes, and it's like you're just.
Is this where you fall asleep with a bunch of keys in your hand? Is that the one?
Nah, there are people that they work like shifts. They're working in offices or whatever, and they do this thing where it's just like, you have 2 minutes and you just do this. You go out, you do that for 2 minutes. You're just. And then people walking by, they're right, she's micro sleeping or he's micro sleeping.
Right. Okay.
And it's just 2 minutes of you getting a little, and then bam, you're back on your shit. It's like, yeah, we need to speak to someone about that. If that can really work. I don't know about all
You're a
that.
sleep expert. I'll write it down.
I don't know about all of that, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I remember seeing something or reading about where you put a plate on your lap and then you fall asleep with a bunch of keys in your hand, and then when you drop the keys into the plate, it wakes you up, and that's because you've just hit that point where you've just fallen into sleep, and you should wake yourself up then, so that you just get some sort of power nap. 40 winks. You fall asleep with the keys in your hand like that, and when they go cling into the plate, then you go ugh. And that's when you get up. You don't let yourself go into that sleep, because that's when you start getting groggy. So as long as you just get in that little bit before.
So is that the whole 20-minute thing then?
I don't know. I don't
Is
know
it like
what
20-minute pound? Anything more than 20 minutes?
Yeah,
you're
something
gonna
like
feel
that. It
groggy.
leaves you groggy. Yeah, that must be it. Yeah, you put the keys in your hand, and at 20 minutes you probably drop them.
I can't sleep doing that shit though.
What, with keys in your hand?
Yeah, man. I'm not doing sitting up with keys in my hand. I'm on the plane.
It's well psychotic.
20 minutes. Yeah. I can't do that shit, man. I'll just be up like, bruv. Yeah. What time is it?
Yeah.
Like I wake up before my alarm. That's how my shit, because I've been doing it so long.
Yeah.
Like catching flights, all of that sort of stuff and it's like your body gets used to it. So in a sense, I'm quite anxious because I don't want to miss a flight or whatever it is that's booked already.
What,
so
about sleeping, so before you go to sleep, are you already thinking like, oh, I've got to get up in the morning, got to get up?
Well, yeah, I'm looking at the schedule and knowing, all right, I'll set my alarm for this, that, and the third, and then bam, you wake up, you're like, bro, what time is it? And it's like 5 minutes before your alarm or whatever. So it's that kind of shit. Yeah, and you realize your body just gets used to it. Same with what Blue's saying.
Yeah,
he's been doing it so long. Flatmosphere, Yeah, that's what they call it.
Flatmosphere.
Flatmosphere, man. That's hilarious. Blue Fliggy. Bruce Willis said, he said the Flatmosphere. That's what they got to call it. The Flatmosphere. We should get David back on.
just to drop that on him.
Just to see if he approves. The Flatmosphere. Yeah, who knows what's going on out there. Flatmosphere, it actually brings it together. Because you have sphere with flat. In the same word, flatmosphere. You know what I mean? It brings that's what we want to do.
It's uniting the two sides. Yeah,
what about a flat ball? How about that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Earth is probably a flat ball. That way everyone's
flattened
happy.
Out ball. Yeah.
Well, not totally flat.
No.
It's got bumps and grooves and
there's an underside to it. There's another side underneath.
Yeah, for real.
You just ain't seen it.
Yeah, one day, man. Yeah, so Regentology said it's called siesta. That's it, exactly. But is it for 4 hours? It must be, innit?
I don't know.
Sometimes when you're like, right, brother, I want to just get some liquor or something, like you're like, right, shops are closed. Like, come on, man.
Same in Italy. They just have a little kip in the day.
I want to get some flip flops.
Yeah.
Like it's closed, man.
Yeah.
Or walk around barefoot. Yeah. Chamomile, that's a good way to get some kip in as well. Yeah, shout out to DJ Locke.
Locke's having chamomile flower before bed.
They stimulate the same receptors as benzos do. Wow. See it there. Very smooth and no hangover. Is that benzocaine? Or benzonine?
Benzodrine.
Benzodrine. Benzodrine. What else? What other?
Mercedes Benz. Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos, man. Yeah, all them in it benzos, boy. All them drugs, man, they ain't putting you to sleep, boy. They're doing other shit to you. But yeah, chamomile.
Benadryl? No.
Yeah, Benadryl, probably.
Benadryl?
Benzo. Benadryl. I think that
a sleep
is,
thing?
Yeah, probably is, man. Yeah. Sounds like it. Bend you over to sleep, boy.
Drill you.
To sleep. That was like coffee before bed, innit? Hey, padoom. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, man. Hey, it's about that time, though. Chamomile's right. What else? I was thinking of lavender as well. You can have lavender tea or the essential oil, put it on your pillow. You know what I mean? That should help you go to sleep on your, collar, and just so you got that essence, or get yourself one of them atomizers. Put some distilled water. Yeah, it's that time.
Talking about sleep.
That's it there.
Yeah.
The influence.
And don't go over your. If you yawn, that's when you're meant to be going to sleep.
Mm.
You know what I mean? How many times you sit and yawn at 9:30, then you're at 11 o'clock, you're like, oh, I wish I hadn't stayed in the studio this long. I'm really knackered now.
Yeah, you're wired, innit?
Yeah.
See it there? Talking about sleep.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Just
Why
putting
is
his
that as well?
influence
Why is it like it passes around? Yeah, why is
Well,
wanting to
obviously,
go to bed
there's these
contagious?
tiny specks that human eye can't see that travel from your yawn over to the other person's yawn. And
Yeah.
They breathe in and then all of a sudden they yawn. And we can do it across boundaries as well. These tiny specks.
Yeah, they're
Hit us up if
instantaneous.
any of you lot yawned. Let us know.
It's true.
No need to lie.
Yeah.
If you yawned while we yawned.
Empathy, Reagantology.
yeah.
I've heard that one. Yeah, that if you yawn in front of somebody and they don't yawn back, they're a psychopath. But that's what someone told me. But
Serious?
but then you've got the problem that you're with a psychopath after that. Now you've got to either get away from them or think they're going to do something to me any minute now. You know, so it's
If they don't yawn.
apparently that's what I got told by somebody else as well, and not a doctor or a scientist, just my brother. So there's
Yeah. So there's still
take
tests
it with
being.
a pinch of salt.
Yeah, there's still tests being done on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
And then I tried it with him.
How
And he
to
didn't
spot
yawn
psycho.
after telling me it.
Right. That's a bit crazy.
You could
man.
you could set yourself up with people and say, yeah, apparently psychos don't yawn, and then they go, oh, and you just go, sit there,
Fart.
and then
They fart. Psychos don't yawn, they fart. Do dogs do it too, yeah? When you yawn, the dog yawns.
I don't know.
I think, they fart. Imagine they
Reagantology
fart.
said, yeah, the dogs do it.
Yeah, so
I'm
it's
gonna try
got
it
to
with
be
dog.
some form of influence. Imagine, like, and we don't know, but it actually is some form of mind control.
Yeah.
And that's the only way you can channel it is when you do that weird thing.
Sleep.
It's a different type of breathing, isn't it, when you yawn?
Yeah.
Like, yo, how the hell is my jaw opening that one? Everything just opens out. You can't do that normally. It's only when a yawn picks
money.
up. Bam. See, I just did it to you. You don't even
did.
realise.
No, you did, I know. Yeah, you should try it with your dog. Yeah, but Reagantology, what happens if you try it with your dog and he don't yawn?
Try it
you're
with
like,
your hamster.
My dog's a psycho.
Don't try it with your hamster then. Don't try it with your hamster in case the hamster don't yawn. Yo. Yeah, you'll be clenching up during your sleep, boy. You had a bunch of coffees. Yo, it's time that mother lovers get out of this, bitch. We appreciate everybody that locked in tonight, man. It's good to catch up. Make sure you keep the dates locked in. You know what I mean? If you want to come through, hit me up. As well as, what was I going to say? Yeah, support that Shorty Blitz release, The First Step. No, it's not The First Step. It's called First Step. Out now in all your digital stores. So make sure you grab that because it's, legendary business right there. I'm really proud to be part of that. Want to big up all the crew that were locked in. Shout out to my brother Bruce Willis, Robbie Love. Shout out to Reagantology, Don Smithard. Really appreciate you looking after me, brother. Thanks a lot for that, man. I hope we can link up again. I'll definitely hit you up anyway. Shout out to Yamor. Shout out to my bro DJ Lock. Big up all the crew that were locked in. Nice one, JM. Of course. Shout out to the Master Detective UK. Shout out to Teddy T. One love, everyone locked in, man. There's some shit you might never know nothing about. Do you know what I mean? We'll be back again. I'm pretty sure we'll be back again next week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? IBMCs, salute. Nah, we appreciate you lot, man. That's what I'm saying. It was
Happy birthday, Yamor, as well. I know she's already left, but
she left now?
I did wish her happy birthday.
Yeah, I wanted to do a special before we go, you know? Yeah, she gone now, yeah.
Yeah, she had to catch a bus.
That's hilarious, man. I was thinking I wanted to get through the names and then I was like, finally. But yeah, shout out to Blade, for locking in. Remember to subscribe to 521. That's 0521. You know what I mean? The channel that's about to make some noise. Trust me on that. You'll see me on there. We'll have a good chit chat as well, man. Special shout out. She left the building, but we have to give her a shout out because she's been an avid supporter of the Cinema podcast. And that's our sister from another mister, You're More. It's her birthday today. You lot throwing some candles, birthday cakes,
Yeah.
whatever Saturnian symbols you you're gonna throw in there to represent time, because this is a time to celebrate. You know what I mean? Big up You're More. We appreciate you getting locked in each and every week that we're on. Trust that, and we're looking forward to a little gift you got coming. Shout out to PLK. Yeah. He weren't locked in, but he said he's got a little doodle for us.
Oh, nice.
Coming, yeah. So we appreciate you lot, man. You know what it is. My name is Mice Diggy. That's Dan DNA. This is some shit you might not never know nothing about. And guess what, bitches and bitchettes? We're out. Oh, she's here. She was here. Oh. Yeah, happy birthday shout out to You're More. Right, so did you hear that anyway or not then? Shout out to King Chico in the building. I didn't even see you there. Happy birthday, You're More. We appreciate you locking in each and every time with us.
Yeah.
And even catching up, man. Like, shout out to You're More. She came down to Brixton and we had a good old catch up, man.
Good hang.
Definitely, yeah. It was fun, man. So yeah, celebrate. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Another, what do they say? Another journey around the sun? Or is it the sun journeying around you? Who knows? You decide.
Have another good interaction with the sun in one way or another.
Indeed. That's right. So Cancer. Okay. That's it. Shining bright. You know what I mean? She's up there.
Makes sense.
High in the arc. Yep.
All makes sense now.
Yep. Ruled by the moon. You know what I mean? It's interesting, isn't it? Where we celebrate summer solstice is actually in a sign that is ruled by the moon. Really interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That yin and yang there.
Yeah.
Maybe yin and yang. Tune in next time to some shit you might not never know nothing about. Guess what, bitches and bitchettes? We're out.